This is Nikhil. We are going to present on the application of nanotechnology in medicine field by me, Makaran Belsare and Pramod Gawal. So the use of nanotechnology in the medicine field provides us the exciting possibilities. Like that, some of the techniques are we can just imagine. Some of the techniques are in the way of testing, or some of the techniques have been implemented. The development of nanotechnology in the medicine field has not taken place in the vast way like that in the other sectors, like in electronic sectors, to produce a semiconductor. But still the research is going on to produce a nanomedicine that will cure a disease like the cancer in the fast way, in the enormous way that normal medicine can do. So what does the nanomedicine do? They just detect and treat the damaged cell and prevent the disease in the human body. So they work on the cellular level, commonly known as nanomedicine. So one of the application of nanotechnology in the medicine field is to deliver a drug. Employing nanomaterials to deliver drug, heat, light and other substances to specific type of cells like disease cells, cancerous cells. They are functionalized in such a way that they get directly attracted or attached to the disease cell rather than affecting the healthy cell in the human body. So the nanomaterials that deliver chemotherapy drugs directly to the cancerous cell are under development. As I have told earlier that numerous researches have been going on to develop nanomaterial that will cure a disease in the fast way rather than we are using the traditional medicines or standard methods to cure a disease like cancer, like tumor. So one of the application of such drug delivery is gelatin nanomaterials that are directly employed to the human tissue that will efficiently work rather than we are using the standard methods. Another application is silicon nanomaterials that degrade inside the tumor, releasing polymer, and these also work in the efficient way like that the gelatin that will work efficiently rather than the standard method that we are using right now. One of the application is in antimicrobial techniques. What does nanomaterials do? They directly kill the bacteria using the gold nanoparticles. This technique is also used for the cleaning of the instrument in the hospitals. Burning disease that is coated with nanoclugs, as we are using the standard method to cure or eliminate the bacteria, will take a several time to cure or eliminate the bacteria from the human body. If you use this technique, this will cure a disease within a minute and also reduce the number of times a dressing has to be changed. So rather than using the antibiotics, we can use this technique to cure or eliminate the bacteria. So the application to the therapy techniques, nanosponge that absorb toxic cells and remove these cells from the bloodstream directly. So the nanosponge flows through the bloodstream in such a way that the fluid flow through the pipes. The red blood cells allows the nanosponge to travel freely in the bloodstream and attack the toxic. One of the applications of therapy techniques is bituminous nanoparticles that concentrate directly the radiation therapy and treat the cancerous tumors. Their overall idea is to blast the tumor or other disease rather than affecting the healthy cells in the human body.
So good morning everyone, myself Makaran. The application of nanotechnology in medicine field is surgical blades. The performance of surgical blades can be enhanced significantly when microstructured hard metal is coated with diamond and processed. So the major advantage of the diamond nanolayers in the applications are low physical adhesion to material or tissue and chemical or biological inertness. In addition, diamond has a low friction coefficient, decreasing the penetration force necessary. The medical specialties that could benefit most from this type of product enhancement are in the field of ophthalmic surgery and neurosurgery. This blade is plasma polished, which decreases the thickness of the coating from 5 to 25 micrometer and 0.5 micrometer, and concurrently diminish the surface roughness to 20 to 40 nanometer approximately. So the next application is photothermal ablation therapy using silicon nanoshells. You all know the nanoshells can be used for photothermal ablation of tumor tissue, as demonstrated both human breast carcinoma cells in vitro and in a murine model in vivo. Nanoshells are also used as layered spherical nanoparticle consisting of a dyed silica core coated with a thin metal shell. These ceramic based nanomaterial have a diameter of 100 to 200 nanometer and the coating is 10 nanometer thick. By manipulating the size of the silica core and the thickness of the gold shell, the plasma resonance response can be turned. A nanoshell plasma resonance in turn determines the absorbing and scattering properties of the particle so that the nanoshell can be selectively activated. The next application is in biosensors or biodetection. Biosensor is generally defined as a measurement system that consists of a probe with a sensitive biological recognition element or a bioreceptor. A biosensor or a non-sensor is a biosensor that has a dimension on the nanometer size scale. Nanosensor could provide the tools to investigate important biological process at the cellular level in vivo. There are two types of nanosensors with medical application possibilities: are cantilever array sensors and nanotube or nanowire sensors. The first one, that is cantilever array sensor, is microfabricated cantilever array sensor are used as ultra sensitive mechanical sensors, converting biochemical or chemical or physical process into a recordable signal in micro electrochemical system or nano electrochemical system. And the next one is cantilever are typically regular shaped silicon bars. The unique feature of micro cantilever is their ability to undergo bending due to the molecular adsorption. The next application is in nanotube based sensor for DNA detection. The nanoelectrode arrays embedded in silicon oxide matrix have been integrated into electrochemical system for ultra sensitive and rapid DNA detection. A bottom-up approach is used for the fabrication of individually addressed nanoelectrode array that results in precisely positioned built-aligned arrays on a silicon wafer. At the same time, subsequently, the open ends of this nanoelectrode are functionalized with a oligonucleotide probes. The next is in novel nanomaterial for implant coating. We all know that titanium and titanium alloy have been successfully used in the orthopedic and dental implants because this material also integrates, that is, direct chemical or physical bonding with adjacent bone surface without forming a fibrous tissue interface. The helical roseate nanotubes are a new class of organic nanomaterial featuring two basic DNA components, that is guanine and cysteine. In water, guanine and cysteine self-assemble spontaneously to form roseates, which then stack up to form a nanotube with a hollow core of 11 angstrom and outer diameter of about 4 nanometer. In a study of vitro, titanium was coated with a lysine and arginine functionalized helical roseate nanotube to determine osteoblast adhesion. The result of the study shows that the functionalized helical roseate nanotube enhanced osteoblast function and could improve the next generation of orthopedic implants. So that's it from our presentation. Thank you.